If you don't understand COMEX, you don't understand silver. And look, I get it. COMEX sounds like complicated Wall Street stuff. Registered ounces, eligible vaults, delivery notices. It seems like insider language designed to confuse you. But here's the thing. Every silver YouTuber talks about COMEX. Every analysis mentions vault levels. Every manipulation claim references COMEX data. And if you don't actually understand what COMEX is and how it works, you can't evaluate any of those claims. So today, I'm going to explain COMEX simply. No jargon, no assumptions, just clarity. By the end of this video, you'll understand what COMEX actually is, why it matters, what registered and eligible mean, and most importantly, how to evaluate claims about COMEX yourself. I'm the stat guy. Let's make you smarter about silver. Okay, so what is COMEX? COMEX stands for Commodity Exchange. It's a marketplace, basically a place where people buy and sell contracts for metals, silver, gold, copper, and others. Here's the key thing to understand. COMEX is primarily a paper market. Most people trading on COMEX are not trading physical silver. They're trading contracts, pieces of paper that represent silver. Think of it like this. Imagine a casino where you're betting on poker hands, but you're not actually playing poker. You're just betting on outcomes. The actual poker game matters, but most people at the casino are just watching and betting. COMEX is similar. There's real silver in vaults, but most of the trading activity is paper. Contracts that may or may not ever convert to physical metal. Now, why does this exist? COMEX serves a few purposes. Purpose 1, price discovery. COMEX trading helps establish the spot price of silver. When you see silver is $28 per ounce, that price largely comes from COMEX trading. Purpose 2, hedging. Miners and industrial users use COMEX to lock in prices. A silver miner might sell futures contracts to guarantee a certain price for their future production. Purpose 3, speculation. Traders bet on price movements without ever touching physical silver. The vast majority of COMEX activity is speculation. Studies suggest over 95% of contracts are closed before delivery. People are betting on price, not taking metal. Okay, that's the foundation. COMEX is a paper market where the spot price is discovered and most activity is speculation. Now let's talk about vaults. COMEX has physical silver stored in approved vaults. These are real vaults in New York, owned by banks like JP Morgan, Brinks, and others. And the silver in these vaults is categorized into two types. Eligible silver. This is silver that is in the vault and meets COMEX specifications, purity, bar size, etc., but is not currently available for delivery against contracts. Think of it as silver that's parked there. It belongs to someone, but they haven't offered it for sale. Registered silver. This is silver that's not only in the vault, but available for delivery. When someone stands for delivery on a COMEX contract, registered silver is what gets delivered. Here's an analogy. Think of a parking garage attached to a car dealership. Eligible silver. Cars parked in the garage that belong to employees. They're valid cars, they're on the property, but they're not for sale. Registered silver. Cars parked in the garage that have price stickers. They're available for customers to buy. The total silver in vaults, Tritigar, eligible plus registered. Now, why does this matter? Because when silver YouTubers say COMEX is draining, they usually mean registered silver is declining. And when registered silver declines, that could mean less silver is available for delivery. Could. The operative word is could. Here's what most content doesn't explain. Eligible can become registered at any time. If someone with eligible silver decides to make it available for delivery, they just file some paperwork and poof, it becomes registered. So when you see charts showing registered silver plunging, you need to ask, is eligible silver also plunging? Or is metal just sitting in eligible status? In many cases, total vault silver, registered plus eligible, stays relatively stable. What changes is the categorization. This is important because some narratives imply that declining registered store imminent shortage. But if there's a massive pool of eligible silver that can convert to registered quickly, the shortage narrative is less convincing. Does that mean COMEX data is meaningless? No. Vault levels are real data. Trends are worth watching. But the narrative built around the data, COMEX will break any day, has been claimed for over a decade without materializing. The data is real. The interpretation may be wrong. So how should you think about COMEX data? Here's my framework. Step 1, look at total vault silver, not just registered. Is the overall supply declining or just shifting categories? Step 2, look at trends, not single days. One day's movement means nothing. 6 months of consistent decline is a pattern. Step 3, compare to historical levels. Is current inventory low compared to 2020, 2015, 2010? Context matters. Step 4, Consider multiple explanations. Why is inventory declining? Delivery demand? Transfers to other vaults? Export to Asia? The why matters as much as the what. Step 5. Be skeptical of certainty. Anyone who tells you COMEX will break by X date is making a claim that has failed repeatedly for over 10 years. That doesn't mean it can't happen. It means the prediction track record is poor. I'll put a link in the description to my preferred COMEX data source so you can track this yourself. So let's recap. COMEX is a commodity exchange where silver contracts are traded. Most activity is paper speculation, not physical delivery. The spot price largely comes from COMEX. Vaults hold real silver, categorized as eligible, parked, or registered, available for delivery. Registered can decline while eligible stays stable, or eligible can convert to registered quickly. COMEX vault data is real and worth watching. But the narrative that COMEX is about to break has been claimed for over a decade without coming true. Watch the data, question the narratives, think for yourself. I'm the Stat Guy. If this helped, subscribe for more silver education without the hype. Next video, I'm explaining paper versus physical silver. Every form of ownership, pros and cons, and when each makes sense. See you then.